All right, I'm excited to dive in here. I feel like we've done a whole month of posts and ideas and reels and suggestions on how to increase or how to strengthen your immune system. So here we are. Here's my final presentation for the month, and hopefully that you get some ideas, tips, tricks, and helpful thoughts around how to strengthen your immune system. So I'm going to dive in right away. Hopefully we can get you out of here. Well, I promise to get you out of here at a reasonable time. So let's dive in. Strengthen your immune system the natural way. If you're not sure who I am, my name is Taddia, founder and CEO of True Form Life. For the past 20 years, we've been helping women 40 plus increase energy, burn body fat, and balance hormones. We do all that in a natural, more holistic way. So hopefully this will give you some ideas for those that are interested in that type of mindset. So your body was built to be strong. I truly believe that our body was meant to function optimally, and the choices we make either add to that or prevent that. Many times I feel like we get in our body's way of being as healthy as possible. So today we're going to talk about strengthening your immune system naturally, as I mentioned, with mindset, movement, and minerals. So I'm going to tell you about some of our products that we use, other products that we don't, and then we'll have some mindset. Then we'll have some movement thoughts and hopefully give you a full picture on how I feel you can improve your immune system on a regular basis. First of all, it starts with belief. We have to understand that what you believe manifests, and that is our reality. That's what we live every single day. If you're a person that constantly is a Debbie Downer, the sky's falling, your body is always listening. I always catch what's going on around me. So I'm going to call this the immune system season. Other people have different words that they choose to use. So I'm going to offer you a suggestion to have different thoughts, use different words, which will ultimately change your reality. Instead, tell yourself, my body is strong, my system is resilient, I recover fast, or I recover quickly. The mindset shapes biology. Your thoughts literally affect your immune response. So I really strongly feel that if you're a person that just expects these types of viruses to come, you will attract them. What you believe, you create, and that includes your health. I like that quote. I have some affirmations here for you. My body is strong. Write this down. My immune system is powerful. I recover quickly and stay vibrant. Your immune system listens to your thoughts. So feed it belief, not fear, which will lead me to my next slide. Focus on strength, not fear. Stop identifying with being, I'm trying to move my picture here, being run down or sick. I wouldn't even put that there in most cases. We don't use that word in our family. We don't use that in our close circles. You'll rarely hear me say those words. For obvious reasons, I believe strongly in everything I'm saying right now. Your body isn't broken. It's doing its job. Our body needs an immune system, very similar to a metabolism. Your body needs a metabolism. It's there to protect you. Most people feel like their metabolism is too slow and it's getting in their way. And your body needs your metabolism to survive. And when you are not eating food, when you're starving yourself, your metabolism slows down to protect and store the body fat that it has. So that's why you have to increase your metabolism naturally. Very similar to your immune system. Our immune system is there to protect itself, to protect yourself. It needs to be there, but it also needs help strengthening and improving, and these natural ways will help with that. The other unnatural ways I would consider that weakening your immune system and being reliant on a pill, let's say. I would choose empowerment over worry instead of consider yourself a strong being instead of, oh my gosh, the season is coming. I get this every year, blah, 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 like all the nonsense that your mind tells yourself or tries to make you believe. What you believe about your health matters more than what is in the air around you. Love that one. Write that quote down. We have a toddler and we choose to take a much different action than the norm. Let's say, for example, he has a fever, which has happened very few times. We don't rush to the pharmacy. We don't use children's Tylenol. That's a hard no. We prefer looking at more natural options. So we comfort him. We put a cold cloth on his head. We get lots of hydration in coconut water. We look at more natural supplements. Some of them I'm going to go over today, so I'm not going to spoil that on you. That's just what we choose. And he has a very strong immune system. He's very rarely not feeling well. I can count on one hand how many like fevers he's had. He's had one spell where he threw up a couple times. I'm not telling you what to do. First off, you should make your own choices. I'm just giving you a different thought process or maybe a different option, because I don't believe the norm of what everyone is doing all the time is the best way to go about things. I feel like we just do things like that because everyone else is doing it. So, but his immune system is incredibly strong. You hear all the time from parents, like we're in close parent circles, and so-and-so always has the sniffle, so-and-so always not feeling well, always has a fever. Like our little guy's not like that. I believe because we allow his immune system to work and build up stronger. And it's scary. It really is. The first time we're like, all this noise coming in, should we do what everyone else is doing? And we chose differently. And I feel like I want to give some of that confidence to you. So refined sugar weakens your immune system. There's no other way around it. The more refined sugar you put in your system, the more your immune system is broken down. So this one here in particular, I'm going to get into a topic, or one of our slides is digestion in particular, gut bacteria. But for refined sugar, it feeds bad gut bacteria. It reduces white blood cell activity. But more particularly, when your gut bacteria is being destroyed, your immune system is destroyed, because you have 80% of your immune system sits in your gut, which is crazy, right? So as soon as I hear someone that's not feeling well often, I always think about digestion. Like, what are they putting in their body? What are they not putting in their body? What could be helpful for them to make a change in their life to have a stronger immune system? And a lot of that, at least for this slide in particular, you have to understand, like, we have to avoid refined sugar, and it's everywhere, and it's a major addiction in this world, today's society. I feel like it's getting better, but it's a really hard addiction to crack because there's so many temptations on a regular basis. But understand that if you want to get past a weak immune system and be able to fight off all this season, for example, you need to start avoiding refined sugar. Refined sugar spikes cortisol levels, which of course is your body's stress hormone. That means your hormones are out of whack. You deal with mood, emotions, night sweats. There's a huge list of them. You guys know better than I do. So sugar also impacts, well, I just mentioned hormones, but inflammation in particular. So that's a big one. In this, we work with women 40 plus. A lot of you are dealing with lower back pain, joint pain, arthritis, even osteoporosis is coming. So it's something to pay attention to. Refined sugar is detrimental in many different ways. So replace refined sugar with natural sweeteners. I'm a big fan of honey. You can look at different fruits. Paying attention, like you have to pay attention to the sugars you're putting in your body, whether it's clean or not, but 100%, 1,000% natural sweeteners are better than refined sugar. So immune system support starts within. The goal isn't to be like, oh, I want to avoid getting something altogether. It's to support your body's natural strength. Like sometimes viruses come in, and that's just, I don't feel like we can completely avoid altogether unless you never have any human interaction. But I feel like you can tell how strong your immune system is and how healthy you are as a whole by how seldomly you are not feeling well. See, I'm not going to say the SICK word. I don't even like to spell it, to be honest with you. Sometimes people are getting ill often and for weeks. Like that's a very compromised immune system, probably for a number of different reasons. From lifestyle to pharmaceuticals, to be honest with you. Like if you look at an antibiotic, which is great, does its job, I feel like we need them. Those antibiotics destroy your gut microbiome. So you have to understand it takes time to build that back up. And if you're regularly putting pharmaceuticals in, which work, I'm not saying you shouldn't, I'm just saying you have to look at the downside as well and understand that it's going to take time for your body to build back up stronger and healthier, and putting foods and nutrients and natural supplements to help build strong bodies and avoiding those types of substances that break it down. Okay, let's keep it rocking here. Echinacea. I'm going to go through some of my favorite products here that I suggest. There's so many. I was looking at the long list and I was like, I would never get through that in 45 minutes. I'm hoping to get you guys out of here, Max. So here's some of my favorites. Immune system is such a in-depth conversation we could talk about for hours. So let me carry on. This is nature's classic immune support herb. I feel like most people have heard of Echinacea. I would imagine most people don't take it, certainly not enough. It supports your body's natural defenses when it needs some support. So you're supporting your immune system here. You're not replacing your immune system or removing your immune system and putting other things, unnatural products, I would suggest. This is a great short-term seasonal transition. I wouldn't suggest, I don't know. It's great to have immune support all the time. I don't know if Echinacea is one of them. Certainly during the immune system season, I would suggest Echinacea. You can use liquid, seems to absorb a bit better. I usually like liquids, but pills, powders, like they're okay. They can work. They can work. There's nothing wrong with them. You just have to look at the other ingredients that are in with them. And then I found Echinacea tea when I was going through the grocery store the other day when I did a video about it. Not a bad idea to have an evening Echinacea tea. This is zinc. Zinc is widely thought of as one of the most important minerals you can put in your body. I am going to argue that magnesium is the most important, but zinc is a close second. I put a picture up here for you because everyone asked me what brand we use. This one is Trace Minerals we're using at the moment. Seems to be easy to find. It's clean ingredients, and it seems to be working well for us. So this is essential mineral for immune cell activation. So zinc is one of those ones that people seemingly don't know a lot about zinc in general because it's not like, let's say, magnesium is much more popular now. Even potassium as an electrolyte, people know, like, you can get that from bananas. Then you have your vitamin C from oranges. I'll get into that in a moment. But vitamin C is like, people have kind of heard about it. They think they should be taking it, but don't know. Like, it doesn't have like that potassium, you know what I mean? Or orange, like, doesn't have anything linked to it. So zinc in particular supports recovery, skin repair, and your metabolism. It also helps you absorb other vitamins and minerals. There's a huge list of a number of different benefits to zinc. I would suggest taking it regularly. This is specifically important for women over 40. And then sometimes people message and say they didn't sit right in their stomach. I think that's with any type of supplement, pharmaceutical, doesn't matter what it is. Usually, take this with a grain of salt. I don't mean to be insulting, but usually those people that have a weaker stomach, less microbiome, digestion issues, they have a harder time with most things they put in their body. And it's just easy to be like, oh, that supplement I can't take it. My digestion doesn't. And I say, well, take it with food, take it at different times of day. That's different coaching. There's different ways that you can figure out how to add supplements to your diet that won't be causing irritation, I suppose is a good word. Okay, vitamin D K2, I had that picture back here. That's the brand that we're currently using. Read the ingredients. I like an MCT oil, maybe an olive oil. Try organic or olive oil as the carrier. But a lot of times people have the D without K2. Not quite sure why so many experts don't mention the K2. The K2 is the driver. It takes it to where it needs to go. That helps avoid calcification. And it puts it like where your body can utilize it the most. Super important. It's like the driver to take you to your location. You need to have a reason and a driver and somewhere to take you exactly to where that location is. That's what the K2 does with the D. You need them both together. You could compound that or level up with magnesium. Like, you need to have particular levels of magnesium, like high magnesium levels for the D to absorb properly with the K2. So I didn't put magnesium in here. It's one of our staple products at Trueform, but you definitely want to consider a good quality magnesium to go with your D and K2 to make this all work. K2 directs, okay, I already said that. You don't want calcium. You don't want to take calcium with these products as a supplement. Side note, you won't get the absorbability you're hoping for. So together they support mood, hormones, and overall vitality. Here's the slide I was looking for. This one went a little bit viral for our social media. I'm not quite sure why, but I think we can resonate with this. We're in the low vitamin D and high sugar season. The days are getting shorter, so there's less sunlight. It's getting colder, so people are spending less time outside, which means we're hibernating. We're spending more time inside, and what happens? We're hitting the pantry more often. It's colder. We want comfort foods, which is sugary cookies, muffins, etc. So we're having a low vitamin D without the natural sunlight. It's our natural vitamin D source, which is why we need to supplement properly. And then we need to stay away from the refined sugar. A lot of people, elderberry, I'm a big fan of any type of natural immune system booster. Elderberry would be very similar to like a pomegranate. Maybe you've seen those around. Great job of marketing the pomegranate type of bottles. 100% pure pomegranate juice. Like that's a really good option. Elderberry, very similar for antioxidant is what it was getting at. Pomegranate, elderberry, very high in the antioxidants. Those antioxidants can help protect your immune system. So it's rich in flavonoids that protect cells and help your body respond to stress. Stress is a big one. Stress tears everything down. The more stressful state you're in, the weaker you are in many different ways, especially your immune system. So that's something to pay attention to. But it can help shorten the duration of fatigue and inflammation. Inflammation we talked about from joints, bones, etc. And we know people that make syrup or extracts. We have someone in our membership group, our MAP membership, that said, I don't know if they made their own or we just had this conversation, or they have someone in their close community that I think they trade with it. They trade for it. So I'm going to carry on. I did this whole presentation last night, and I didn't feel like it recorded well properly. So I'm doing it again along with our coaching calls. I'm losing my voice. Hang on, we're almost there. Let's keep it rocking. Vitamin C. Vitamin C is like a classic antioxidant that protects your cells. Vitamin C has its own very unique properties. You need vitamin C to survive. I think it was scurvy. Someone mentioned last night that you have scurvy on the boats and people are dying because they didn't have any vitamin C. Clearly something that we need in our system. Good quality, of course. It also supports collagen, skin, and iron absorption. I'm going to talk about iron a little bit in a couple more slides here, but it's found naturally in citrus, kiwi, bell peppers. Like these ones in particular, like I'm not sure why or how. I should check out the history because it would probably interest me, but I don't know how orange stole the show for vitamin C. Kiwi in particular, bell peppers, and like, oh gosh, what was the other one? Well, strawberries, they have lots of vitamin C. Many of them have more vitamin C than oranges. Like if you look at something like camu, which is a true natural superfood, it's spelled CAMU, camu, 2 words together. It has like 100 times, don't quote me on that, way higher than oranges as a natural vitamin C, which is something that you should consider putting in like as a powder, putting in shakes or smoothies, sprinkle on top of oatmeal, granola. All right, let's keep it rolling. Gut health and probiotics is a big one. Up to 80, I mentioned this before, 80% of your immune system live in your gut cells. Kind of important, right? A healthy gut microbiome equals stronger, more balanced immunity. You can fight off more of these dis-ease that comes towards you in your body. This is a big one, fermented foods. I'm a huge fan. Kimchi, sauerkraut, kombucha. This from working with women inside of our Metabolism Accelerator program. It's a bit more challenging to get women to consume these foods on a regular basis, but it makes so much sense. Just make a better decision for yourself and for your body. I would suggest daily. If that's too much for you, then try 2 or 3 times a week. You have to find ways to improve that gut microbiome if you want to have a healthy immune system. A balanced digestion, and so balance your digestion and you strengthen your defenses. It's a pretty simple statement. We often saute garlic in whether that's grass-fed butter or coconut oil. So we saute the garlic and we usually throw in chives, and then we make a nice little almost paste. And then we add that to our broth is actually miso. Miso is the only soy product that I would recommend or I would consume, because we don't consume soy products because it's fermented. It's a different processing phase, which means it processes differently in our body. And then ginger is fantastic for anti-inflammatory, immune system, etc. You could even consider turmeric. Probably wouldn't throw that in this concoction, but we put sauteed, there's mushrooms you see, sauteed garlic in the grass-fed butter. And then I don't think we threw chives in this one. Dorothy made this. And anyways, that's a nice, healthy broth. You can also use bone broth, great for the immune system, great for digestion. Consider that. Anything that's good for your digestion is usually good for your immune system. And I was thinking about collagen in particular. Like collagen isn't known to be good, like particularly good for your immune system, but it's great for digestion. So you may consider adding collagen as well, which I didn't add to our slides, but that could help with your digestion, which will then help with your immune system. Okay, I'm gonna take a deep breath here. Literally, I'm trying not to rush, but I know a lot of times people don't want to sit down for an hour or two to go through all this stuff in great detail. I'm going to get into true form products now. These are the products that we sell you'll see underneath it says True Form product, because often I'll talk about whether it's activated charcoal, chlorella, etc. They'll say, "Oh, that sounds interesting. Where do I get it?" And I'm like, "From us." So, at any rate, activated charcoal, fantastic product. It helps with flush out toxins, enlighten your immune load. The less toxins you have in your body, the more stronger your immune system is. When a virus comes into your body, it needs to be flushed out. You can consider that a detox, which is why activated charcoal is a great detoxing product. It binds to unwanted minerals and supports a natural detox. Activated charcoal is 100% natural. It's made from coconut, not from wood like most of them. We like to take it away from meals, take it away from other supplements. The only caveat to that is if your meals are unhealthy. Like, for example, you're having deep fried food. You want to actually have your charcoal at the same time. Consider wing and wine night, like alcohol. Anytime you're having alcohol, activated charcoal. You're having wings, wine, you know your digestion is going to be out of whack. Probably going to pay for it tomorrow. Help protect your digestive tract by using activated charcoal. It's also great for if you're traveling, like you're not sure about the food, the water. There's so many benefits. If there's some type of like poison, we had a neighbor, the dog got into mouse poison, took him to the vet. First thing, activated charcoal. My brother got into my antibiotics when he was a kid. My mom rushed him to the hospital. First thing I gave him, activated charcoal. So having this on hand, even if you're not taking it regularly in the household, probably a really good idea. Okay, next one is chlorella. And this one is very specific to your immune system support. Has over 40 vitamins and minerals, which is why we use chlorella and spirulina as a multivitamin. Not a big fan of multivitamins at all. It's a detox powerhouse. It is packed with chlorophyll. I believe it's the highest product of chlorophyll in any of the plants. It's super high in iron and antioxidants. Those antioxidants fight free radicals that tear our immune system down. And then it binds and removes heavy metals. This one is grown in fresh water. That's important because most of the things you find, most of the seafood you find in the ocean are linked or will have traces of metal in them, like mercury. So you want to have a product like chlorella to draw the hard metals out of your body that could have been consumed from those seafood products. I'm not saying don't eat seafood. There's a lot of health benefits to seafood. You have a chlorella to help with that. It's great for long-term support and immune strength. It's also really good for energy. I threw spirulina in here just because they go really well together. Spirulina is nutrient dense. They're both algae. They're a blue-green algae that support energy and inflammation balance. So this one here, spirulina, it oxygenates cells. When you think about oxygenation, you're looking at as an athlete or maybe someone that's working out, whether it could be a long-distance runner, could be a weekend warrior, whatever it is. If you look at, for example, Lance Armstrong and the team where they were illegally oxygenating their blood so they can perform longer, work harder, they had more oxygen in their cells. So obviously that didn't turn out very well if you're a sports fan or remember that time. But you can oxygenate your cells in a natural way, like using a spirulina. You can also use beets or beet crystals for anyone that's working out regularly or wants more performance out of their body. I think this isn't just for athletes, but goes really well for athletes. If you have kids that are young athletes, like these for recovery, before and after, like spirulina before a game, chlorella after. I wish I knew this because that's what I would have been doing as a younger athlete. It pairs perfectly with chlorella for a complete daily detox function. So I like to consider a lifestyle detox instead of just detoxing when you're not feeling well. Bath flakes. So bath flakes, very different than Epsom salts. Epsom salts is magnesium sulfate. That's at the end of the absorbability scale. Your body doesn't utilize it, absorb it. It's not a great product. It's just abundantly found everywhere at every pharmacy, most grocery stores. So we think we should use it. On top of that, we put fragrance in there, which is an umbrella term for toxic ingredients. If you have to use Epsom salts, just find one that has one single ingredient. I would level up and say bath flakes. Like bath flakes are so much better. You get more bang for your buck, even though they're more expensive. You get so much more out of it. If you're going to invest 20, 30, 40 minutes in a bath, you may as well get something out of it and put something clean and healthy. And like magnesium chloride, which is what bath flakes are, top of the absorbability scale, which means your body utilizes it. If you put magnesium bath flakes in a bath in a couple minutes, maybe less, they're completely dissolved and gone. Then that can then is in the water, in the liquid, in the absorb into your body. You have your Epsom salts, and you can probably sit in there for 30 to 60 minutes, and there's still sand that like feels sandy at the bottom. You let the water out, and it's draining down. Like you just wasted your money, right? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I think it's just lack of education, and because Epsom salts are so cheap, you can find them anywhere, and people just grab them. Definitely go for bath flakes. I think I went over all that here. It's really calming. It's a nice way to relax. I have a nice little recipe from bentonite clay, very detoxing. Helps with the absorbability of the magnesium bath flakes. I put in baking soda and then lavender. And that's a beautiful detoxing bath. Put the water as hot as you can handle it. When you get out, you should be sweating after. That's how you tell if you're sweating out toxins afterwards. It's a really nice, relaxing way to get a good night's sleep. Okay, exercise here in particular. Exercise, so movement keeps your immune system flowing. You know, when we are not feeling well, we're usually curled up in the fetal position on a couch with Kleenex boxes Kleenex all over the place, right? So you need to keep moving, like keep your blood flowing. Like as your blood oxygenates, your heart's doing its job. It's bringing clean blood cells into your system. Like that's how you're naturally healing. Like instead of sitting in one position, you're actually moving. This is a little bit different. So let me finish here. So exercise boosts circulation and it reduces the stress hormone, so it can reduce cortisol levels. Balance is the key. So too much intensity. When you're not feeling well, you don't want to have too much intensity. I would suggest a slower move, like get outside, get some fresh air, move your body. That's movement. I still would suggest to lift and exercise. It would just be lighter. If that's not possible, if you're not feeling well enough to do that, then at least do cardio. This is a great time to put on a couple sweaters, hoodie, sweat it out, and that will help your body recover much more quicker than laying on the couch for 2 weeks because your immune system doesn't have any help. So to wrap, lifestyle habits that build strength. I'm a big fan of lifestyle in particular, how you live regularly. I think 9 hours is probably a bit long in my opinion, but everyone performs differently. Hydrate, flush out toxins, and support nutrient delivery. So hydrate is a big push right now for electrolytes. I think that's because so many people are dehydrated. So you have to drink water. There's more research on salts. Like a lot of times people stay away from salt, or it's really the sodium, the low quality, like sodium in chips, for example. If you have a good quality salt, like Celtic salt, Himalayan salt, that absorbs better in your body and that keeps you hydrated. If you're just drinking tons of water and you don't have things like magnesium, a lot of times people are messaging me, right? And they're like, do you have a electrolyte? Because most of the electrolytes are very low quality. They have a bunch of junk in them that we would never sell. And so I tell them like so potassium is an electrolyte. Magnesium is an electrolyte, both in our liquid magnesium. You could start there. You can also get natural electrolytes from coconut water. Big fan of that. Hydrating properly on a regular basis. There's so many benefits to it and so many detriments to be dehydrated. Paying attention to diuretics, like coffee is a diuretic, for example. So if you're going to drink coffee, you need to drink extra water. Manage your stress levels. We got to stay away from high cortisol levels. Having a regular regimen of a way you reduce stress daily. I'd be a big fan of as simple as prayer or breathing exercises to make that happen. I'm a fan here of real, colorful foods. Nature provides what your body needs. I feel like we often get in our way, like what I told you about our little guy's story. Even for ourselves, it's so hard. We're trained to hit the pharmacy as soon as something doesn't feel right. I feel like if we didn't get in the way so often, we'd have a much stronger immune system. Okay, I've got something special for you guys. I'm going to throw it out right now. So your immune system bundle is our medium bag of chlorella. Then we have 1 bottle of activated charcoal. And then we have 600 gram bags of bat flakes. This is our medium size. So we have a couple bonuses and we're going to extend this for, I'm not sure if it's 24 or 72 hours, but you should jump on this right away, because if we have a bunch of people booking in these calls, then I'm just going to end it and say, hey guys, it's over with, because I haven't done this before. And with our coaching business and everything else going on, there's only so many people I can jump on a call with. So I want to set you up for success. I want to answer your questions, set you up in the right direction, and make sure that all your needs are fulfilled, help you understand how to use the products, when, etc. That seems to be the biggest downfall when I talk to people and I say, well, how come you're not using supplements? How come you're not taking them consistently? In most cases, they don't know which ones to take, why they're taking them, how to take them, when, how much. So I can help with all of that in a very short call. And then I'm excited to announce that we have a Bums and Tums 14-day challenge coming up in a couple weeks, but we are opening the doors and we're going to start allowing people to sign up, and there's going to be a price tag on that. So what that looks like is these are the cost of our products. So if you put the Turbo Call together, the Bums and Tums that we're throwing in there as a bonus, along with our other products, it's a $240 value. So that's what it would cost if we put price tags on everything. And on our website, you'll see these prices over here on the left. So $240, and we're going to drop that down to $113. So you guys are getting a really nice deal. Free Turbo. This is for a limited time. This is not for the next couple of weeks or the next week. This is going to be for the next couple of days, maybe. You're going to get a free Turbo Call, and then you're going to get access to our free Bums and Tums Fitness Challenge. You're going to get access to our app. You're going to get access to the full workout. You're going to have support, and we're going to throw some nutrition in there as well. So tons of value for the Bums and Tums Challenge, which we haven't even started advertising for yet or promoting. And you guys get a huge savings on the supplements as well. So you buy the bundle, you actually get something. A lot of times you buy something like this and it's just all digital, or whether that's subscription based, or you don't have anything tangible. So we're going to ship you this bundle, and then you get the bonuses on top. This is on the website right now. I'm going to go through that. Nick did this video. So shop page, you click on Boost Your Immune System Bundle, add to cart. Now you go up to view cart, and you'll see that it's discounted there at the top. You'll pick your shipping options, whether you want to pick up or delivery, and then you will proceed to checkout. You will enter in your shipping details, then you'll enter in your credit card details, or we do debit card as well. And a couple other options there too. So that's how you put your order through. Once your order comes through, I will reach out for your Turbo Call, and we will book one manually. That's another reason why we can't take everyone, because there's only so many spots in the calendar, and I want to make sure those people that are booking really want to get in there. Okay, let's wrap things up. A couple words of inspiration before I let you go. Hopefully this is helpful. You're stronger than you think you are. Your body knows how to heal. Your job is to support it instead of getting its way. It starts with your mindset, nutrition, and daily choices. Choose strength, not fear. Choose belief, not worry. Hope that was helpful. That's the end of the presentation. So I would take off the screen share and talk in the big screen, but the whole tech thing gets me sometimes. So I'm just going to leave it and wrap things up here as is. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for being a part of our True Form community. Couldn't be more grateful. And that's all I have for you. If you have any questions about our fitness challenge or about immune system or about our products, I'm here to answer. And that's all I have. Have a wonderful day, and we'll catch up soon. Bye now.